What's up, guys? Today we're at a local job site here in Mount Pleasant, Texas. We've got the all new HXD that launched this year. And what we're walking through today is why the HXD could possibly be the perfect equipment trailer for a construction site or landscape construction, things like that. When you're hauling, equipment like this little SkyTrack, there's an excavator and a skid steer over to the side, whether it's whatever kind of equipment it is, but also how it's versatile in being able to do other jobs, or be able to be, serve other tasks on the job site. So we'll start at the front. This one is a 24-foot 208. So it's 24 foot from the front of the bed to the tip of the trailer. You've got a 6-foot stationary deck, 18 foot of tilt in the back, just going over kind of the high level. 2 8K axles, which are the big brake 8Ks. Don't mistake that when you're shopping for a trailer and you're looking at the 8K axle. A lot of our competition is gonna have what they call a hybrid 8K. They do it to keep the cost down, and technically it rates, theoretically it rates, engineering standpoint it rates at 8K, but you've got a smaller brake that's gonna wear out quicker. This is the big 3 3/8 brake, so it's gonna last longer, be safer, stop better. When you're talking about investing in a piece of equipment like this, tools for the job site, that makes a difference. So this trailer weighs right in at, 5,170 pounds. It's got an 18,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating, which gives us right at 15,000 pounds of useful capacity to distribute on this deck. So starting at the front, it's got the HD V-tongue lid that is signature for Diamond C bumper pull trailers. You've got this extended deck space you can use for a generator job box. Say this piece of equipment or a skid steer had a bucket or attachment that you needed to cheat over on the lid, you can do that. Or you needed to fork a pallet up here and it cheats on the lid, you can do that. This is workable deck space. It's got this engineered tongue. You can see how it contours here, drops down. We have full control over the height of this material, so we get to make it a lot deeper when you go inside. So there's a huge amount of storage area. You can put your spare in there over to the side. You have this side where you can put chains or whatever. It's an immense amount of space that you get to use however you deem that you want to use it. It's got a ton of room in there. So you there's somebody on the job site getting on your nerves and you want to get rid of them, you might stuff them in there. I didn't tell you to do that, but nonetheless, there's a lot of working space inside. It's lockable, out of the way. We can't ignore or can't not talk about the Small jack. 12K jacks, 10 to 12K drop leg jacks have been a sore spot for trailer owners for many years, because they all come from the same places overseas that are high volume. They churn them out, the cookie cutter. They're just not great. The tolerances in the gears are not great. The way they function is not great. And so we set out, and this still is, I say overseas, this is an Italian jack, so it does come from overseas, but it's very well made, high quality. The gear ratio, the tolerances of the gears are much tighter. It is actually a 15K jack versus the industry standard being 10 or 12K. It's a 2-speed jack, so you've got 2 gears. You got a high and a low depending on what your need is, and you'll be able to unhook and hook up a lot quicker than your normal single speed. So don't sleep on the Small jack. It's a huge customer experience lift. Like, it's a big upgrade. I mean, it sounds like a small thing, but when you're unhooking and hooking trailers all the time, it's a big deal. So moving back on this HXD, we did integrate a step here. So you've got a step that's easy from the ground up to the deck and then back down. So kind of the little things make up a difference. Where it starts getting interesting with the HXD, we're not the first one to make a 102 wide tilt. I mean, I'm not acting like that we are, but we've done things a little bit different to make it easier to use, a little more efficient. This one, again, is 102 wide to the outside of the rub rail. So you've got the area to be able to put pallets side by side on this stationary deck. You can haul a bucket or any kind of implement up here that you need to. Say you got a skid steer out back and got 2 or 3 attachments, you can put them here. This particular one is outfitted with a winch plate. It's got a roller on the front of the bed. So you can mount your own winch here. We don't put a bolt pattern in it so that you can put it where you want it. We have a couple other winch options available where you can get a pop-up winch and still comes with the roller, so it's ready for that if you needed it. This one, the way this one's spec'd, it's an option. Everything else you see on this one is standard. So rubber on stake pockets with your chain spools, that's all standard. These slots we get asked about. The idea of these slots are staying away from your industry standard diamond plate. These slots are made for traction, especially when you get back here on the tilt bed portion and you're driving up. They're going to give you traction. Diamond plate is often looked at as traction, but when it's slick, it's largely not great traction. I mean, these slots are just as effective of traction as the diamond plate material is. And so that's what those are for. It comes with 4 of the 5/8 D-rings, so you can obviously tie down to D-rings or down to your rub rail around the chain spools. You can tie down there as well. So there's the roller if you want to zoom in. That roller that I was talking about for the winch plate. So if you mount a winch up there and you tilt the bed, you lock out your hydraulic valve to keep the bed tilted. Then you run that cable or rope over the roller to where it's not grinding on the frame. So moving back, when we talked about this one being drive over fenders, you've got this really cool punch design. You can see these ridges that stick up that kind of align with those slots. That is for traction when you're driving over the fender. Say you got a Jeep or side by side, anything that is over 82 wide, it's meant to be able to drive over these fenders as you're going up the tilt bed. Makes it really nice. This is a really heavy duty fender. It's got a brace up in the middle to where it keeps it really stout. I mean, I wouldn't be scared to drive this SkyTrack over the fenders. It's a really stout setup. So the HXD right now, this is a 208 and we have a 210 version. They're both torsion. So this is July of 2020, or no, this is August, sorry. August of 2025. We are in the next weeks and a couple of months, we're rolling out the 7K axle version in spring, 8K axle version in spring. So this one's rated at 18,000. We will have HXDs in the coming month that you can order it down at the 14.9 rating like the rest of the lineup. So that's a good thing. It'll be a little broader offering depending on what you need. You would have to have the 208 for this machine. This machine's around 12.3, I think, right around 12. And so it's plenty of capacity. This trailer is when you go to a 208. So that's the thing. These machines and skid steers and SkyTracks and excavators are getting so big, so heavy. Everyone wants the bigger, the badder, the heavier. And so pay attention to those dry weights of your equipment. And it's not just the equipment. What else might you need to be loading on the trailer? You got a 200-pound toolbox and chains and binders and things. So that adds up. Take all that into consideration when you're shopping and trying to decide what axle package. It's like going to the gym. I always relate it to that, is that, yes, if the machine weighs, if your trailer's got 10,000 pounds of capacity, machine weighs 9,500, you got 500 pounds of other stuff, you're at 10,000 every time you move it. Guess what? When you go to the gym and you do your max 5 times in a row, you wear out really fast and you end up, you can get hurt, that happens. So when it comes to a trailer, it's the same thing. You want some added capacity, some margin to be able to, to where you're not killing the trailer every time you load it. So keep that in mind whenever you're shopping for a trailer. So moving to the back, I should say on the 208, it's a 215 17.5 wheel and tire. Other manufacturers on an 8K will run a 16-inch wheel with a 14-ply tire. On this kind of commercial grade trailer, we don't do that. I mean, you need that heavy. This is actually a 18-ply rating tire, so it's very heavy duty. It's all steel. You got the big heavy duty steel wheel. You just need heavy duty wheels and tires. When you're on job sites like this and you're hauling this kind of weight, that's what you need. So moving to the back, you got this diamond plate transition, very similar to the HDT trailer that we have built. This is kind of the big brother to the HDT. If you've heard of that model, it's the kind of step up to the HDT. So if you look at under the back, come right around here, we've got this rear underride bumper on the HXD. So something that's really cool we did, we've got this gas strut in the center. Most of the manufacturers who build this type trailer, they have coil springs on that bumper, and the coil spring is good for one direction, typically not the other. And so the cool thing about this gas strut is it helps both directions really well, and going down the road, the bumper doesn't sit there and just beat and slam and end up breaking your spring or breaking the bumper. It cushions it. That's something we're rolling out in the future across all Diamond C products that have a collapsible rear bumper. So that's a difference maker. Again, it's one of those little things. But when you're talking about a year down the road, you don't want that frustration of your, your bumper potentially having an issue or beating the lights out of it. And so that's a really cool point on the HXD. So now we're gonna tilt the bed, I'm gonna unload the machine, and you can kind of see how the HXD, how easy it is for the tilt functionality to work. Tilt, now we're gonna open the hydraulic valve. Put on my handy dandy seat belt, safety first. Raise the lift. Take the brake off. Alright, so we're gonna back up just enough that this thing starts to tilt. We're almost there. Alright, so now we're far enough back that it is tilting. We're just far enough back that it gets enough leverage back there. So you let it go all the way down, and you go ahead and just back off. So whenever you're off the machine and it's time to to run the trailer back down, so you're going to pick up another piece of equipment, or whatever you have to do, you got to go do something else, you don't need to load it right back up. You got to go pick up something else, pick up material from the hardware store or whatever. Easily just kick the latch back down, it's latched, mechanical latch is there, hydraulic latch is there, and now we're ready to go. So jump on diamondsea.com. You can do the HXD in 22 or 24 foot, bumper pull or gooseneck. And like I say, more axle options to come, but definitely there are lots of other options and features and colors, a pop-up winch, hydraulic jack, the Pro Tilt feature. If you haven't seen that, check it out. It allows you to use power on the bed or gravity all in the same trailer, which is really cool. So jump on diamondsea.com and build a HXD to fit the work you need to do.